Hi, this is Ms. Lacey, and I'm going to read Unit 1 Science Assessment for 5th grade for the year 2020-2021. Remember, you can stop this whenever you need to stop and think about your answers, and do not rush because you've got time. You can go back and re-listen to the questions and the answers as many times as you want. So good luck, guys. We'll go down to page 1. Number 1, or actually page 3, number 1. The diagram shows a ball in a beaker filled with water. Which statement best describes the relationship of the ball and the water? A. The water is less dense than the ball. B. The water and the ball are equally dense. C. The ball is less dense than the water. D. There is no relationship between the ball and the water. Number 2. Which of these best describes the change in salt grains as they dissolve in water? F. The grains change their chemicals until they become water. G. The grains get higher in temperature until they melt into a liquid. H. The grains get smaller in size until they can no longer be seen. J. The grains are washed clean until they are perfectly clear. Number 3. Which of the following best explains why orange juice is a liquid and not a solid? A. It has a bright color. B. It takes the shape of its container. C. You cannot weigh it on a scale. D. It has molecules more tightly packed than a solid. Number 4. Which mixture could be separated using a magnet? Pepper and sugar? Pebbles and marbles? Sand grains and seashells? Iron filings and pepper. Let's go over that one again because I didn't give the answer choices. Which mixture could be separated using a magnet? F. Pepper and sugar. G. Pebbles and marbles. H. Sand grains and seashells. J. Iron filings and pepper. Number 5. Some girls use a curling iron to fix their hair. It is very hot when plugged in for a while. If you want to protect your skin, you would need to pick it up on the plastic end. Which property of the plastic is important for it to be used on a curling iron? A. Soluble in water, or it's soluble in water. B. It insulates thermal energy. C. It conducts electrical energy. Or D. It emits magnetic energy. Number 6. Which of the mixtures in the image above did not maintain the physical properties of their ingredients? F. Pebbles and sand. G. Sand and water. H. Water and salt. J. Salt and iron filings. Number 7. Which of the following items would not be attracted or repelled by a magnet? A. Steel paperclip. B. Iron nail. C. Copper penny. D. Another magnet. Number 8. Most materials that are classified as magnetic can also be classified as F. Able to float in water. G. Insulators. H. Liquids. J. Metals. Number 9. Observe the density column in the graduated cylinder above. Which statement correctly describes the relative densities of the different substances? A. Oil is less dense than water. B. Water and milk have the same density. C. Alcohol is more dense than milk. D. Milk is more dense than honey. Number 10. A common treatment for a sore throat is to place salt in warm water and gargle the solution to relieve the pain. Which property of the salt will remain when it forms the solution with water? F. The size of the salt crystals. G. The taste of the salt. H. The shape of the salt crystals. J. The texture of the salt. Number 11. A student made a mixture of sand and sugar where the individual crystals of each are roughly the same size. What is the easiest way to separate the sugar and sand mixture? A. Use a filter that has holes large enough to allow the sugar through, but small enough to trap the sand. B. Use a pair of tweezers to separate the individual crystals into two piles. C. Put the mixture in water and filter the sand out of the water. D. Use a magnet to pull the sugar crystals out of the mixture. Number 12. A student was helping his father prepare soup for dinner. His father asked him to use a wooden spoon to stir the soup as it heated. Why would the student's father ask him to use a wooden spoon? F. The wooden spoon is able to float in the soup. G. The wooden spoon is able to sink in the soup. H. The wooden spoon is a good conductor of thermal energy. J. The wooden spoon is a good insulator of thermal energy. A student reads the label on the bottle of salad dressing shown below. And the label says ingredients: oil, vinegar, spices. Directions: shake well before using. Refrigerate after opening. Why would the student shake the salad dressing well before using it? A. Vinegar and oil have different densities. B. Vinegar and oil easily form a solution. C. Vinegar and oil both contain water. D. Vinegar and oil are both liquids. Number 14. A student measures the mass of several substances and records the results in the table below. So the title of the table is Substances for Investigation. It lists the substance on the left and the mass in grams on the right. Water has 125 grams. Toothpicks, 5 grams. Table salt, 30 grams. Sugar cubes, 20 grams. Alcohol, 98 grams. Cooking oil, 75 grams. Marbles, 40 grams. Plastic cubes, 35 grams. What is the difference in grams between the total mass of the liquid substances and the total mass of the solid substances used in the investigation? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document. Be sure to use the correct place value. Okay, so you've got to do a little bit of math in there. You can pause and do this as long as it takes. And go back and listen to me reread it if you need me to. Number 15. A teacher wears protective gloves to lift a metal pan with boiling water from a hot plate. Why are the protective gloves necessary? A. The metal pan creates thermal energy. B. The metal pan insulates thermal energy. C. The metal pan conducts thermal energy. D. The metal pan reduces thermal energy. Number 16. A student classifies the objects shown based on their physical properties. Okay, so we have a penny, an eraser, a key, a cotton ball, an iron nail, a plastic ruler, a rubber band, and a metal paper clip. Which property cannot be used to classify these objects into more than one group? F, magnetism, G, mass, H, electrical conductivity, J, solubility in water. And number 17, a student measures the temperature of water being heated on a hot plate. The student observes that the temperature of the water is 53 degrees Celsius. How many more degrees Celsius must the temperature rise before it reaches the boiling temperature of water? Record your answer and fill in the bubbles on your answer document, and be sure to use the correct place value. All right, guys, go back, listen to any or all of it again. Make sure you did your very best.